Welcome to the Dragon Drive News presented by Summit Racing for November 4th, 2023. Dude, I can't believe we are already in November. This is absolutely insane. We're going to blast through events that are coming up. We're going to talk about World Cup and SEMA cars. We're going to talk about our Dragon Drive friends that are there. And we are featuring an Oldsmobile powered car for the Sweet Patina built for Dragon Drive segment and a ton more. All right, Eric, hit that intro video and let's get started. All right. Well, dude, I am so excited about this week. This is going to be an awesome, fun time. But, guys, I want to introduce myself. My name is Mike Narks. I am the host of the Dragon Drive News, which you're watching now, and the Dragon Drive Show, which airs on Wednesday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern, as you can see above. I'm also, I would say, a Dragon Drive statistician and have lived in some Excel spreadsheet hell this week, trying to get all of the top 25 lists done for you guys, but also I'm a promoter and announcer. And then my co-host right over here, Mr. Eric White, introduce yourself and tell them what all you have going on.
I am Eric White, the co-host of the Dragon Drive News and Dragon Drive Show. When I'm not helping with everything Dragon Drive addiction related, I am running my own channel, which is 815 LSX Swabs. And as of recently, I have been a rising content creator on Facebook, which is pretty cool.
Dude, for 6 weeks, right? 6 weeks?
I think it's something like that. I'm starting to lose count.
It's insane, man. That's always a great thing. And I want to congratulate you on that. That's a huge win for yourself and the brand here. Obviously, anytime we can get more people interested in Dragon Drive, it's always good. And you're a big part of that. So, guys, that's who we are. Please tell us where you are watching from this morning. I hope some folks are in the shop getting ready for some of the upcoming events that we've got going. But y'all, we can't do this without you. Hit the share button for us. Please hit that like button as you come in here or as you're watching this later. And then if you will, please, if you're on Facebook, hit the share button, guys. Let everybody know you're watching this. This is a new Saturday morning car show, right? Right here. So we're working on a ton of stuff as we move from 2023 and our learning phase into being better phase for 2024. Guys, can't do this without your support, so we certainly appreciate that. Thank you to all of our race car friends, and thank you to our sponsors, Summit Racing, Molly Motorsports, Howard's Cams, Sweet Patina, and Racing Junk Classifieds. Guys, can't do all the travel we do without those guys. Let's kick this thing into high gear with some events. 5 events are left for the season, guys. We got New Zealand Dragon Drive, which is actually happening right now. It is nighttime over there, so I'm sure they're drinking parking lot beers and doing trailer burnout somewhere. But I had seen earlier, they actually had a post on their Facebook page where they had about 15 cars pictures. So I don't know how many folks are signed up or anything like that yet, because they are hosting the event right now. I'm sure after the event, we'll get together and get some of the stuff figured out so I can add their racer names to our regional racer lists that are presented by Summit Racing that we'll go over at the end of the season, which I guess would be after the 19th of November. So then we move from that to Southeast Street and Yeet, which is an event that I will be attending. It's in North Carolina. Shelby, North Carolina is where it starts at Shady Side. This event's going to be the last national event for 2023. And I'm telling you, cars are going to go very, very fast here. There's been several cars in the 4s at this event. And based on what Scott Thompson said the other night on the show, on the Dragon Drive show, these tracks should be absolutely insane. Like, people should run personal best all week long out there. So this is going to be a lot of fun. I'll be going live a lot from the pits, a lot from route stops, but also make sure you are following Chris Story and Jesse Fox. Jesse Fox runs 3G Video. Chris Story basically does everything on his Facebook page. He'll be going live and things like that from there as well. Then that's the last national event, ends on the 12th. The next weekend is, we've had this happen a couple different times this year where there's several events on the same weekend. And this is the first time it's ever happened in Australia. to where there's two events on the same weekend. They're more than 1,000 miles apart, but you've got the Central Victorian Drag and Drive, and then you've got the Road Trip Drag Challenge, both the same weekend, both in Australia. I'm telling you guys, that continent is on my list. I'm coming. I'm going to come hang out for at least one, maybe two events in the coming years. That's a spot I'm going to go hang out. I'm telling you, it's going to be fun. The cars are cool. The people are cool. All that stuff. King of the Open Road is also that same weekend. So 3 drag and drive events across the world, November 17th through 19th. King of the Open Road's way closer to me, but we have my oldest daughter has a cheer competition that Saturday, so I'll be at cheer competition while all of my race car friends are having fun in Ennis, Texas, at the Texas Motorplex with the Coder family. What's Ken White saying here? Two hardworking guys there, but also living the dream, traveling around. Yeah, buddy, I'm telling you, we're having a blast, and I'm putting together a list that we'll go over on next week on Wednesday night when I'm live from Southeast Street and Eat, of the number of tracks I've visited and how many events we will have attended this year. So we're going to kind of dive deep into that and what that means for tracks and how the drag and drive community is helping push drag racing and street cars all around the world. So that's exciting. That is your upcoming events.
Yep. So Facebook user for the StreamYard, I see they were asking where do you find the StreamYard link? So in the Drag and Drive Addicts group on the post where this is being shown, if you click see more at the bottom of the description, there'll be a link there. You can click on that.
Yep. So appreciate that. And you've got to do that every time you catch us on a live. So,
and Ken wasn't talking about us. He was talking about Jesse and Chris.
Listen, I think Jesse's been to like 18 events this year, at least. So we've got 200 KSS here on YouTube saying recovering from SEMA week, looking at that POS in the yard that I plan on turning into my next drag and drive car. Looking forward to PRI. We're looking forward to PRI too, but let's actually talk about some events that are coming up next year, and then we'll get into PRI. Guys, we're 86 days from Sick Week 2024. So this whole, 33 events this year, maybe 34 if you count the Gulf Coast one. Now we're already looking at 2024. We already have like 18 events on the list that'll update this afternoon on the website, drag-in-drive.com. That's 86 days from Sick Week 2024. This year has not stopped. It's been nonstop. This is what Brian Loans feels like.
Yeah, 100%.
Yep. And then the circuit is in 167 days. Again, guys, that is our event, our regional event, Mocan Dragway, 3 days of racing, Mocan, Ozark Raceway Park, and then back to Mocan. It's going to be a ton of fun. If you haven't done it yet, the circuit, dnd.com, you got to go in there and take a look. All right. Events that aren't drag and drive, but we're driving to. I mean, does that count? That kind of counts, right?
Of course it does.
Yeah, right. PRI's coming up. I don't know the day count. Eric knows the day count because he's been posting a daily countdown.
I believe we are 33 days today.
Man, that makes me so anxious. Like, there's so much stuff that's got to get done before then. Yep, we've got these one-off stickers that you'll be able to pick up from the booth. The first 100-ish people that come by will get this decal. Guys, it's something we're going to do every year. I don't know if we'll always have a booth, but I think after this first year, we're probably going to do that forever.
This is the exciting one, though.
Yes, this keychain here, you're going to be able to purchase. We will sell these on the website for the folks that aren't coming to PRI, but it will be after PRI. So this keychain here, Eric developed and designed and did all that stuff. So I appreciate him going through all of that. This is pretty cool. You'll be able to bring some cash with you, $10. You'll be able to pick that up before anybody else can. You'll be able to do that at the booth. So booth 4746, as you can see on the screen here, in the yellow hall. And then the award show for the first ever Drag and Drive Racer Awards is that Thursday morning at 11 a.m. in room 209. So I really look forward to seeing you guys there. We're going to really start promoting that in the next week, probably right after I get back from Southeast Street and Eat. You'll start seeing like a daily post about that, because we want not just drag and drive racers here. We want drag racing enthusiasts in there as well, because we want to bring them into the community, guys. That's the whole purpose of this whole thing we do all the time, is to grow our sport, grow our community. And if we can have more people in, guys, you know what that means? We support more racetracks, we support more businesses that support drag racing. It makes it so much better. So that is the events, I think, man, right? I think
Yep,
that's
and
the
then
events
the
for
next
sure.
one goes right into another thing leading into PRI.
Yes. Have you guys seen? Do you follow Schroeder Ends on Facebook? I know you do. If you don't, you need to. SCHROEDRENS. Guys, they're building a new car. If you remember, tragically had the accident earlier this year. They are rebuilding a car. Looks like it is coming along. They've already got all the body work. It looks like it's kind of working out there. C7 Corvette. This is going to be badass,
Yeah,
badass. So obviously this is a replacement for the car that was wrecked. So we should see a lot of the same style. It should probably just a mirror build to that car. And this is, they have 4 kits of nitrous on that car and 800 and something cubic inches. So it's going to be interesting to see what all they have planned. Are they going to upgrade the engine? Are they going to, go more cubic inches now? Because I think it was 800 and something cubic inches.
yeah.
4 kits of nitrous. I mean, this car had the potential to be a 5-second car and compete with, Larry Larson and Tom Bailey and stuff like that.
And
Not Larry Larson, Jeff Lutz
and
times.
what's crazy is that this was just posted this week, and they're
Yeah,
talking about having it at PRI, which again, 33 days.
man.
So
Hey,
that
look,
makes me feel like I'm not working hard enough when I look in the garage and my car is put together and I still can't make it anywhere.
yeah. I get it. I haven't touched my truck in 2 years. I get it. I understand. Everybody leave me alone about it. That's the way it works. So, hey, we're working on drag and drive stuff. So this is exciting to see though, because I didn't know if they were going to rebuild that car or if they were going to rebuild that same body style, what kind of the plan was. The initial plan was him to bring the old car, the 66 Corvette, to drag week. And then that they didn't get the testing they wanted done in that car in time. So Sick Week was his last drag and drive event to attend. So if he can have this car ready by PRI, can he also have it race ready by Sick Week?
Yeah.
That's 86 days. So, I mean, theoretically, yes, that could happen. So, all right, moving on.
Yep, we are going to jump into thanking one of our sponsors quick. Summit Racing, obviously, being on board. We're going to play a quick read from them, and then we'll jump into drag and drive racers in not drag and drive events. So,
what's up, guys? Justin here, wrenching away on another awesome project for our YouTube channel. We've done some really cool stuff over the years, like our Baja Bronco build, or our Project 1000 6-liter LS build. Or how about this one, our 57 Chevy Barn Find rebuild with Robbie Layton Nation. We don't want you to miss out on any of the fun on our YouTube channel or at home. That's why we're giving away 3 $200 Summit Racing gift cards you can spend on your very own project. All you have to do is subscribe to our channel and comment on this video. Once we get to 200,000 subscribers, we'll announce our giveaway winners. Help us get there faster by sharing this post with your friends and spreading the word. In addition to project builds, our YouTube channel delivers helpful tech how-tos, celebrity interviews, event coverage, road trip fun, and so much more. All the more reasons to subscribe, comment, and share now to enter into our 200 for 200,000 YouTube giveaway. You won't want to miss out on any of our stellar content.
Focused in on this beautiful face. And the insulation kit. Fire alarm. So let's pull our air hose off. With our one mounted, let's just.
I'm just saying all sorts of random stuff because that's how my life goes.
That wasn't really my best work.
But seriously, enter for your chance to win a $200 Summit Racing gift card now. As always, the golden question is, what are you working on?
Awesome. I love Justin. He is hilarious.
we do have a question here from Wednesday Night Show. Rodney's Rod says, Wednesday truck class question, Miles of Mayhem runs one with great success.
Oh, perfect. I know Scott will love to hear that because that'll give him some ammunition going to Southeast Street Meet.
Yep. So this section here is going to be, there's a lot of drag and drive racers that are out in other events. So the first quite a few are going to be from imports versus domestic World Cup. So we got a bunch of drag and drive racers there. We got Jeremy Howell and his stick shift Mustang here. And this next picture you can see doing a huge wheelie there. So glad
All the traction.
glad the photographers out there are catching these photos. That's awesome. We
Man,
also
that's a
have,
Mike Prica photo there.
yep, we also
Wow.
have Brent LaSala who is there, who's done at least one drag and drive, I think, this year, right? Sick Week?
Yep. 5th fastest overall for the year.
Yeah, we've
Yeah.
got Jeremy Langford, who's done Rocky Mountain Race Week, Glenn Hunter, who's done Midwest Drags, and I think some other events, maybe Hot Rod.
He's done them all. Yep. Sick week, drag week, all of it.
We've got Eric Englert with the
Yes.
MR2, who was at Back to the Streets.
Yep. And then well, Eric didn't show up to Back to the Streets at Skank, but he runs Family Man Racing on YouTube. It's a great follow. But yeah, this is a 4G63 swapped MR2.
Yep, because
Yep.
that was the drivetrain out of his, what was it? Not an Eclipse, but a 3000 GT.
Yep.
Our buddy Jared Holt is there with the Supra.
Yep. Right. He runs King of the Open Road.
Yep, we got that 1320 chick, Joanna, and Nicole Elf, Miss PSI. She was at Hot Rod Drag Week, not in that car, but I think she was in a black Supra, right?
Yep. Yeah. And Damon's Supra.
Yep.
She was co-pilot. Cool.
And we've got Ned Dunphy there with the Viper. Looks like the hood's primarily fixed there.
Yeah. Surely that's like you see a little bit of shadow there, a little bit of a repair. And then did you see Ken White's comment about running a 6.2 yesterday?
I did not see that.
Listen, that car is legit. It's going to be, and Ned had a blast on Drag Week. So he's coming back, I'm sure, because he wants to reign supreme. He just seems like that kind of guy.
Yeah. And I laughed at the push cart behind it with the matching paint scheme.
Oh yeah. Yep. If you're going to do it, you got to do that right.
Yeah, I think I said Jeremy and not Jamie, maybe.
Yeah.
Then we've also got Darren Barone, which we met at Midwest Drags and did an interview with him. He is also there at World Cup.
Yep. A little 7-second 4-cylinder turbo Toyota Starling.
Yep.
Beautiful little car.
Yeah, it was. Graham Hayes is there as well. And our buddy Chris Story is there taking photos. I seen that he had broken his lens, so he had another one ordered and shipped to the track.
Man, that would break my heart.
Yeah, those aren't cheap.
Yeah. Well, and I'm sure, like a professional photographer like him has a few of them, but still, like that's probably the one he likes the most,
Oh, of course.
Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy.
And then the whole Cletus McFarland crew is there, so they've obviously been on Rocky Mountain Race Week events, and
yeah,
and then
he went 6:32 yesterday or Thursday.
I saw that. And then this one isn't a Dragon Drive racer, but this is somebody from my hometown, so I wanted to throw this in here. Jordan Martin is from Belvedere, Illinois, which is like 20 minutes away from me. So he's there piloting this Lamborghini. Everybody's probably seen it. Thing does wheelies. It's crazy.
Yeah, that's cool. So it sounds like you need to go meet this dude and be friends.
Yeah, no kidding.
That's what I'm getting.
And then, not at World Cup, but Chris Hine had his car in the Factory 5 racing booth at SEMA. I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, come off of Death Week and then right into the SEMA booth. I mean, it doesn't get any cooler than that.
Right. So that was just a quick segment about all these drag and drive racers that are out here doing other not drag and drive events or shows with their drag and drive cars. I think it's awesome seeing everybody out, and it just shows that the community is getting bigger and participating in all sorts of events.
Well, and like these cars they're built as race cars, but they drive on the street. So, a lot of the World Cup stuff that is what those cars were built for. And then they make them street worthy to bring them to drag and drive. So having those cars there and those people there just spreads, again, the community and the word. So that's pretty awesome.
Yep.
Can you get lens repaired? I would think so.
Yeah, I'm sure he can, but probably being on the road like that, it was just quicker for him to order a replacement. And I'm sure once he gets back, he'll probably look at getting that one fixed and having a backup.
Yep. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Or put it on another camera. So
And here's Matt from my hometown. He owns um, Martin Automatic, like 4 minutes from us, and he owns a chop shop about 3 minutes from us as well. And he still has a Supra and a GTR, so he's got a nice collection of cars for sure.
nice. Yeah, you need to get over there, and y'all need to be friends with that guy. That's for sure. All right. Well, that's pretty awesome. Well, I said earlier I have been in spreadsheet hell all week. I'm getting closer to the event list, to the racer list. I really thought I would have it done by now, but I, it was very difficult the last 2 days to stay focused for 6 hours on spreadsheet stuff. So let's talk about the top 100 list, which you can find right on the front page of drag-in-drive or dragandrive.com. Again, these racer lists are presented by Summit Racing. We appreciate them being such a huge part of our program as well as the drag and drive community. So, quickest quarter mile racer. I have the quarter mile stuff almost all done and should have it done by next Wednesday. But the quickest quarter mile racer overall, Mr. Michael Westberg, this year I want to congratulate him. Came out to Sick Week, laid it down, 6.464 average, quickest CT of a 6.400. I know that probably had to break his heart because it's so close to a 6.3. You know what I mean? But fastest mile an hour, 218.37 miles an hour. Absolutely insane. So
and that was
go ahead.
And that was from Sick Week?
Yes.
So the number one spot was from the first event of the year, and it's held it the whole. That's awesome.
Yeah, and he participated in Street Week Sweden, so he'll also make one of the quickest. He has the quickest 8th mile pass submitted for the year. Now, when I see that, there's no way to I'm not going to get into it, but our events do not compute for 8th mile stuff that are running quarter mile. So his 8th mile stuff may have been faster than a 4.0 here, but it was not
an 8th mile.
Submitted.
Yeah.
So quarter mile stuff. So I'll lay all that out when I do the 8th mile list, which will be after Southeast Street Meet, because that will be what wraps up the 8th mile events. So 6.464 for the year, 6.400 quickest ET, and then at 218 miles an hour, absolutely insane. So congratulations to Michael Westberg. We will be awarding him a trophy at the PRI Awards. I don't think he's going to be able to make it over, but it's going to be awesome. Yeah, it's Ace powered engine set up there. It's a 400 cubic inch LS. I mean, crazy that it runs that brick that fast. So he took that power plant out and put it in a first gen Camaro Pro Mod style when he got back to Sweden, and that car went 4.0s at Street Week Sweden. So absolutely insane. So second place is Stefan Gustafsson, who again, another Sick Week racer, 6.598, second quickest quarter mile racer of the year. Quickest CT of a 6.434, 218 miles an hour for him as well.
These guys are both from Sweden?
Yeah.
That's wild. Yes. They come over here and dominate our lists. That's incredible.
Yep. So pretty wild. And Stephen said that there's a lot of upgrades planned for this car between drag week and Sick Week. So this car should be even faster. It's crazy to think that we're looking at cars that can run, 6.2s, 6.3s, like that's crazy. And of course, Mr. Tom Bailey, third quickest of the year. Coolest part is he did it in 6 seconds, 1.0, which is kind of neat. He had that car out in a long time. It had not been to Hot Rod Drag Week in over 10 years. So pretty neat. It had been 10 years since it was like 2013 was the first year this car had been on Drag Week. So pretty cool. 6.7 average, 6.715 average, quickest pass of a 6.542. That's the quickest pass in that car or the quickest pass that car's ever been. So that was kind of neat to be a part of that. And 215 miles an hour, fastest pass of the week. So pretty crazy there. So that's top three. Then you got the fourth place, Bryant Goldstone, one of my favorite cars and people. This dude's awesome. 73 Javelin. This car was, put together in days to bring it out on drag week, and he just lays it down. 6,743 average, quickest ET of a 6,569 with the fastest pass, 218 miles an hour.
What was Bailey's? Bailey's was a 6,715
Yep.
and a 6,743. Oh, that's pretty close.
Yep. But it gets even closer. And I wasn't going to go to 4 and 5 on this, but okay. So we have 6,743 from Bryant Goldstone at drag week, 6,744 for Brett LaSala, who again is at World Cup, and that's kind of what that car was built for. Texas 2K, FL2K, World
Yep.
Cup stuff, and then comes out and just dominates. He owns the fastest radial pass in drag and drive history. This car is absolutely insane, and he's coming back to Sick Week 2024 from what he said, when he was on the show earlier this year. So 6,744 average there, quickest pass of the league, 6,524, fastest mile an hour, 215.96. Pretty intense. And they had a blast. I mean, they absolutely had a blast. Yeah. Ken White saying new 7-piece front end now. That is true. They had some conversations about a 1-piece front end on that car, and it does have a removable hood, so it is a 2-piece front end. So a little bit of controversy there from Sick Week 2023 that is fun to laugh about now. I'm sure in the moment it was not funny.
Yeah.
So pretty cool stuff. That's your top 5. Again, you can find the full top 100 list on the Drag and Drop homepage. You can go right to there.
At some point later in the year, when everything ends, we should compare the top 5 from this year, the times, to the top 5 from last year, and just see how much they've progressed.
Yep, it'd be insane. If I still had the 2022 stuff open, I can tell you really quick. But it's pretty crazy how fast the stuff is.
Yeah, those will be good for.
Now you got me thinking.
Those will be good for some kind of year-end show type
Yep.
information too. We can cover.
Yep.
Same thing with like the top 100. We've talked about how the 100 spot has jumped year over year, and it keeps getting lower and lower, which is incredible.
Yeah, it's pretty wild that everything goes so fast. Hold on, just a second. I'm almost there, I promise. So on the website, you can kind of dig around a little bit. We have all of that there. But the top 100, the number 5 car from last year was Rick Prospero with a 6.887. So it only gets faster from there. So Tom Bailey was fastest with a 6.583, and then Westberg was second with a 6.586. Again, this is 2022 stuff. Stefan was third, 6.677, and then Dave Schroeder with a 6.714, and number 5 at Rick Prospero with a 6.887.
Yeah. So this year number 1 is like a 6.4.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So a full almost 0.2 or 1.5 faster than what they were last year in a truck that should not be able to go that fast. I mean, and a square body S10 is not aerodynamic at all. So
right.
Congratulations to the top 5. Congratulations to anybody that made the top 100. I've got one more pass to make through that before it is finalized, and then we'll make a big post about all that. And I may go crazy and do through 100 on the quickest quarter mile stuff just to have fun post. All right, quickest females, because this is kind of a neat stat that I came across. Obviously, Alex Taylor, the only female on the 6s, 6.987. That was their goal of Sick Week, to have a 6-second average. Fastest pass of the week, 6.902. So they were on the money, I'm telling you. And then fastest mile an hour, 208.32 miles an hour. Absolutely flying in this car.
Yeah.
Intense deal for them. Congratulations.
Yeah, and that was the whole goal of that build when they started it, was quest for 6s. So
yeah, it was supposed to be 7s, and then they're like, well, I mean, we got the power, might as well edge it up. Now she's been faster since then at other events, but this is obviously the event she finished and finished her fastest average. So quickest quarter mile female, congratulations to Alex Taylor. And then Tina Pierce, one of our favorite people in all of Drag and Drive. I get to see them way more often than I see probably anybody else because of the Summit Racing Midwest Drag Race Series.
And we're going to see them at PRI too.
Oh, I know. This car is going to be at PRI. This car had an LS a couple weeks ago, so I wonder if they're going to have the big block in it for the Crowder booth, or if they're going to have the LS in it. So pretty neat setup. We'll be over. We'll talk to them. We'll get a little bit of interview with them. Congratulations to Tina and Dave Pierce, second quickest female of the year with a 7.232 average at Sick Week. Again, Sick Week's becoming the fastest event of the year for sure. Quickest ET 7:087, fastest mile an hour 198.17 miles an hour.
Man, so
So
close to that 6 and so close to the 200.
yep. So she it was funny. I was announcing at Midwest Drag Race Series and was talking about she'd been 200, all this kind of stuff. And she said, "Well, I haven't been 200 on a dragon drive on a big dragon drive yet, but she did go 200 at King of the Open Road last November. So she has
Yeah, and
been
I
200
remember
in that car.
you had a video of that too.
Yep, 200.44. So congratulations to her. Congratulations to David. This is a neat deal. And then that car ran some high fours at Midwest Drag Race Series. So, it'll be interesting to see what that does. I mean, that should put her pretty close to high sixes. So
It's a
you know,
beautiful car too.
I love it. I love them. I love the car, all that stuff. So congratulations to them on that. And then our third quickest female is Miss Luna Tran from Rocky Mountain Race Week 2023 with a 9:08. So there's a huge gap there that a fast female could slide into. Of course, these are locked in for 2023. So are we going to see more fast females come in for 2024? If Miss PSI had driven the Supra, could she have been our third place in the high eights? So,
Yeah, and I think Emily Ballard was in it last year, right?
yep, she was our fastest female last year with that 850 Camaro. So
Yeah.
there's a little bit of disparity, a lot of opportunity for females to come in and really make their name in here with some fast cars. So Rocky Mountain Race Week 1.0, 9:087 average for the week, and then her quickest pass was 9:043. So what that tells me immediately is that her times were very tight.
Consistent.
Yeah. So she stayed in the 9.0s most of the week. Fastest mile an hour, 158.7. So congratulations to them. That's pretty cool to see all of that and be able to put all that together. And that's what I mean when I'm saying going through all of this stuff. There's more than 2,200 quarter mile racers. No, sorry, 1,600 quarter mile racers for 2023's national level events. So, that's almost more than total event participants last year
Right.
combined. So next up, I don't have pictures of these yet because I was literally finishing it as we came in this morning. But I'm almost done with the 9-second top 25. So when you look at this as a racer later on, racers won't be duplicated on the list. So like Rob Courtney would technically be on that list twice. I remove your slower ET average from your event. Okay. It's all based on ET averages. So no duplicates on there. No passes faster than 9,000. Okay. That's what people need to understand about this, because there are several racers that had 9.0 averages, but it was because they ran an 8 something or ran a 12 something Brian Acton would have been on this list with his car, but he was running 850s all week, had an 11-second pass, and it just so happened to put him in the 9.0s for an event average. So those passes, or those racers that ran faster than 9.0, are not populated on these lists, 9 through 14-second top 25 lists. Okay. That is the key phrase here, because this is not based on your fastest ET of the week. It is your event average. So the top 3 racers from there, and again, I'm about 90% done with that, so something may change. But Luna Tran, so I left her up here, 9:087 average. She is the number 1 racer on the 9-second list. So congratulations to her. And then you've got Winder Gomes from Summit Racing Midwest Drags with a 9:088.
Wow.
Right on that. Yep. And then Vince Rui with a 9:097 from Race Week in his Nova. So we'll have all of that information. I'll have pictures. I'll do the same style of artwork for those posts as those lists are completed. But removing the slower times adds levels of complexity to the list that I never thought would. So that's one thing I'm learning this year is our sponsor proposals from 2022. The level of work that are required to do this stuff is way different than was expected from our proposals in 2022. I thought we'd have 18 events, 9 of them would be national events, and then here we are, 13 national level events later, and I'm trying to figure things out as we go. So it's been pretty intense year. But again, these lists will drop before I leave for Street and Eat, so it'll be a mad rush. I'm going to continue to spend all of my time that I have on these lists to get the quarter mile stuff done. The 8th mile list will be released when we do our Drag and Drive show on November 15th, which we're going to have some SEMA guests on for November 15th. So I'm kind of excited about that.
Oh yeah.
So, yeah, it's pretty crazy. I think for 2023, and this is probably more information than anybody needs to know or cares about, but I'm going to hire a virtual assistant to help with some of the Excel spreadsheet, just data entry and data manipulation, because it'll be way easier on me. And then I can look at what's important instead of, making all of the data there. And I mean, I had 4.5 hours in one spreadsheet yesterday. So it's a lot of in-depth, and then you can't make a mistake because these are racers, everybody wants to have the right information. And so I appreciate Aaron Schaefer correcting me 2 or 3 different times this year when the VLOOKUP formula I was using didn't pull over the right information. So it's just everything I do have to triple check now, so it's pretty crazy, but guys, we can't do that without you. We can't get there without all of our race car friends and the support that you guys provide to us. So I want to say thank you for all of that, of course. And it's pretty crazy. All right, let's move on. Let's talk about fun stuff, because the Sweet Patina Built for Drag and Drive segment, I don't know, dude. I hate to say this, but it's probably one of my favorite segments. I love the Drag and Drive racers. I love cars that come around, and I love that Sweet Patina is a part of our entire community because they drive that car. The 57 Chevrolet wagon in that has been to all 48 states. It's not a drag car. It's got a 6-liter. It's got a 4L80. That car is made to run 85 miles an hour between events. So they are some of the coolest people. They offer some of the coolest parts and products. They've got the roof rack mounts you can see there. They've got cool hats. But guys, the Go Fast parts before paint, if that's not your style, I don't know if we can be friends. Car needs to go fast before it looks good, in my opinion. But then you can also see the products they offer there too. So again, code DND57, 10% off when you shop at sweetpatina.com. But you can also buy their products right on summitracing.com. So if you're in there and you need to get to that $100 minimum or $99 minimum for free shipping, I mean, just slide on over to the Sweet Patina stuff, see what's in there. Let them get you set up with some cool stuff. This week's feature is our buddy Rovic from the Yukon. Y'all, I love this car. I love this dude. I think I've said that's 3 times. That's 3 racers that I've said that I love and that I love their car. This is a big block powered. Let me get my notes up here. Rovic was nice enough to send me some stuff this morning, and I'll go back in and cut all of his stuff that he said into a full length video here. It's a stock block 455 Olds, stock block and crank that was built by Bill Travato, who he says is a big Oldsmobile guy. It's got a Turbo 400 built by Otto Patel and a gear vendors with a 342 gear in the back. Stock suspension on this car, and it'll lift the wheel like this, man. It's awesome. Car weighs 3,800 pounds. And his first Drag and Drive event was Sick Week 2022. And I'm going to say he is an addict. He is a Drag and Drive addict to, 19,000 miles is what he's driven this year to get to Drag and Drive events. He's driven this car 6,000 miles during Drag and Drive events. So that's 25,000 miles of Drag and Drive events in 2023 alone. He's attended 5 events, which is absolutely insane. Let's run through those. Sick Week 2023, 10,166 average. Sick Summer 2023, 10,149 average. Hot Rod Drag Week 2023, 10,089 average. Hot Rod Drag Week, Race Week 2023, 10,151 average. And Death Week 2023, 8th mile average, number 8 overall with a 6,408 average.
That's
Absolutely
incredible.
Crazy. I'm telling you, it's awesome. And he's one of the nicest dudes you'll meet. And again, he's having fun. I mean, 25,000 miles this year. Who wouldn't want to drive that many miles to attend and race in Drag and Drive events? 2022, he raced in Sick Week, Midwest Drags, and Hot Rod Drag Week. So now he's hit basically every one of them that's out there. So this is a shot that was sent to me. This one and the burnout shot was sent to me from Jesse Fox at 3G Video. Appreciate him taking care of me. We've got some other shots that he is working through, but he's on his way to Southeast Street Meet right now. So he's on the road. But I had to ask, what are the future plans for the car, and what are you going to do with it? He said his future plans include an 800 plus NA horsepower big block Oldsmobile. Okay, so he's staying Oldsmobile, and he's looking anywhere from 500 to 600 horsepower worth of nitrous on top of that. So
Yes.
he's going to go from tens. Now, I don't think this is 2024 drag and drive season for him, but this guy's going to go from like tens to eights, easy in the car. So right now the car has, I think, a 10-point cage or a cage that's certified to 10.0. So that's why he's kind of staying in that realm. I know he has ran a 9 this year that I've seen, but I didn't have a video of it on my camera stuff that because I dug through that yesterday. I spent 2 hours looking for videos to try and bring up during this as well. So guys, I can't thank Sweet Patina enough for their sponsorship of this segment. This is awesome. If you'd like to sponsor a segment during the news, hit us up, or sponsor a segment during the show. Hit us up. We'd like to talk to you about 2024 stuff. Have a lot of cool plans going. So again, DND 57, 10% off at checkout, sweetpatina.com. I mean, dude, they've got garage banners, they've got stickers, and of course, the Go Fast parts before paint. Not only do we have a shirt, they have decals as well, and then you see the license plates and stuff there. Danny asking maybe he will get a new rocket block. Yes, that is his plan. Again, I'll give more information in the longer format video that I'm going to do after we get done here. I'm going to record some pieces and parts of that, and that should drop, I would think, on Wednesday, Tuesday or Wednesday before Southeast Street Meet kicks off. So guys, again, want to thank Sweet Patina. They were our first sponsor to come on board and support us monetarily. We love those guys, and again, I hope they live in Dallas. I'll message Blake after this and see if he's going to attend King of the Open Road. So I hope he does. He came down one day for the 2022 race week. I think we met when he came down, set up a booth and all that kind of stuff. So it's pretty
Are they
cool.
going to be at PRI?
I think he may be walking around PRI. He's not setting up or anything like that. So
Cool. Well, hopefully we'll get a chance to hang out there too.
Oh yeah, that'd be awesome.
Well, thanks, Sweet Patina. And we also want to thank another one of our sponsors, Molly. So we're going to play this Molly ad read real quick, and then we're going to jump into our last segment, which is the Howard's Cam comedy segment.
Molly Motorsports is the official piston of DragonDrive.com. Molly's Power Pack piston is the perfect candidate for your drag and drive car. Molly Motorsports competes in drag and drive events and supports our community. Project manager Eric Grillo raced a 10-second stick shift Nova at Hot Rod Drag Week 2022. He's also competed in Rocky Mountain Race Week last year with his C10 truck. Visit mollymotorsports.com for the most recent line of products.
Hey, before we jump into Howard's Cams, guys, we typically like to do the news for 30 minutes, but dude, this 2 weeks in a row, we've gone 40 minutes plus.
Yeah, well, we started a few minutes late, but yeah, we're probably pulling in on the 45 minutes.
All right, we may have to move some of these topics to the show moving forward.
Yeah, I think we need to do some segments like this on the show. We don't have too many little bitty segments, so maybe we kind of put some segments in the show. But
I like it.
Thanks, Destroyer 1320. Again, he's doing our ad read for us. He is just coming back from SEMA, I imagine. So hopefully, I think he's going to be one of our guests coming up.
On the 15th. Yep,
we'll get to talk to him.
Definitely have him locked in, and we're talking to another couple racers that were there as well. And I think, looking back now, I think I'll probably message Chris Hine and see if he wants to be on, because we could kind of tie in Death Week and SEMA.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
So Eric was there, Destroyer 1320, with his brand, his theft deterrent system. So I'm excited to talk to him and see how all of that went there. I imagine it went over very well.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let's get into our last segment here, which is our Howard's Cam comedy segment. So thanks, Howard's Cam, for jumping on board and sponsoring this segment. it's kind of a fun way to end the show, a couple laughs, and have a little bit of fun before you guys get to enjoy the rest of your weekend. So we've talked a lot about SEMA this week just because Drag and Drive Racers and it just ended. So what better to start the comedy segment with builds a SEMA truck, only adds a light bar, plasti dip rock stars, and a 4-inch level kit.
Yes.
Now I've never been to SEMA, and I know there's a lot of very nice cars there, but there's also a lot of
I mean, there's Facebook pages dedicated to this.
yep.
Yeah.
So here's one of the pictures that's been floating around on Facebook, this giant lifted truck, and you can see that angle over there doesn't look very safe.
This truck really confuses me in a lot of different ways. The suspension, I mean, that's crazy geometry. The zip tied shock, extra canister there.
Yep.
Just the amazing upper control or spindle mount that they've built there.
Yeah.
And I don't know. There's a lot that's wrong with this rig.
And see, and the thing is
It's there and we're not.
yeah, but we're drag and drive people, which means we want our cars to drive, and I
Yeah.
don't feel like this truck is going to be driving anywhere.
No, this is a show queen right here. And you can see like all they had to do was flip that tie rod to the bottom of that and it probably would have worked okay. But the the front axle there is in all kinds of bind. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe they didn't figure for the lift that it was actually supposed to be. Maybe it's supposed to be 4 inches taller. I don't know. No, Ken White's asking if it's on air ride. It does not. It is not on air ride. It's on a coilover setup.
So
Crazy there.
wild stuff there.
Yeah.
And the next one makes me laugh every time I see it. I've seen it a bunch of times.
Yes, dude.
This drive shaft.
Oh, I mean, and it's not just the drive shaft. Like those bars are going to wrinkle.
Yeah.
You know,
Well,
I thought about that a few minutes ago. They're going to wrinkle too as soon as they go to try and drive that at all.
well, that's the thing is these don't drive.
Yeah,
There ain't no way
that's a
you
big
could
problem.
drive this.
No, not at all. This is pretty hilarious here with the drive shafts got triangles cut all the way in it. So
Yeah, paint everywhere. And
Yeah.
you know, I struggle because I appreciate when people put time and energy into building something, but I'm more of a practical person. I want to see stuff that you can get in and drive, and I'd rather it see a little bit less nice and driving around than full show and doesn't drive. So
yep, I agree completely. So pretty funny setup there. I would like to see, there's going to be a lot of great photos come from SEMA this year.
yeah. So those are the only couple pictures we had this week because we knew we were going to be pressed for time because we put
Mhm.
in all the drag and drive racers that were at SEMA and World Cup. So that is all we have for this week.
Yeah, dude, and that was a lot. I mean, that's 47 minutes there we're over 48 minutes almost now. So
Yeah.
we're over. I just want to say thank you for hanging out with us. Thank you so much for being our race car friend. There's going to be some fun stuff come from that word in 2024, I promise. So thank you for being that. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for all the comments in here today. It's been amazing. And guys, thank you so much to our sponsors. We look forward to conversations with them over the next few weeks to see if they want to extend into 2024. If you would like to become part of our brand here, definitely reach out to us and let's discuss some things. We'd like to talk about some of the segments we have available and ideas we have, and then also, if you want to talk about what you want, let's go through that too. So Summer Racing, Molly Motorsports, Howard's Cams, Sweet Patina, and Racing Junk Classifieds. Can't do it without those guys. Can't do it without you guys watching at home this morning on a Saturday and listening to this on the podcast that'll be dropping. I'll probably put this out tomorrow. This has been a pretty good show. There's a couple things I'll cut out as far as pictures go for the podcast folks because they can't see it if they're not watching it on YouTube or Facebook where you're watching it here. All right, guys. Thank you very much. We'll see you soon.
We'll see you Wednesday night.
Sweet.